This video is brought to you by Scopebig.com. Get yours now.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Phil from Untitled.com, and this is a Galaxy A8 2016. At the first glance, I got it confused with the Galaxy C7, which is only sold in China and Hong Kong, but this is actually a new phone. This looks very close to the Galaxy C7, and it shares a lot of specs with that too, but this is actually a bit different since it has an Exynos 7420 processor and 3 gigs of RAM and 3300 mAh battery, although the latter is actually shared with the Galaxy C7. Alright, so let's dive right in and open this guy up. This currently is only sold in South Korea and in Taiwan, and they seem to have a plan to further expand it to the Indian market, but for right now, it is only sold in 2 regions throughout the globe right now. So inside the packaging is the Galaxy A8 2016. They come in blue, silver, and pink, and under that is a quick guide that's not really thick, and most of us aren't really going to read this, so I'm going to just put it there. And here is a pair of earphones, and that's not really anything special. This is the one that Samsung has been including in the packaging for quite a while now. And here is a charger. So this is a Galaxy A series, and A series is known to have a lot of flagship-likely features into the cheaper Samsung devices, and this is no exception. And here is a quick charge-enabled charger over here, and that is connected to the phone with the micro USB cable. This is not a USB Type-C. Apparently, because the phone has been in development for quite a while now, they didn't have time to implement the USB Type-C port into this guy. And here is the phone itself, and before you go any further, let's remove the protective plastic and go ahead with the front plastic as well. Alright, so here we are with the Galaxy A8 2016, and we're going to power that on right now. And while it does that, while it does its first boot, here is a very interesting feature of the phone. The speaker is on the top right-hand corner right there, instead of the usual positions like the bottom or at the rear of the phone. I think this is a pretty nifty choice since it doesn't really seem to be a position to be blocked by your hand. Unlike when it's in the bottom, you just block it like that. When it's in the rear position right there, you just block it with your right hand. But this is a very tricky position for you to cover with your hand. So there's a speaker, and the power key follows by, along with the 16 megapixel camera and the LED flash. This is not a dual LED flash. This is a single LED, and the Samsung logo sits right there. And there is a volume rocker on your left-hand side and the SIM card tray. If you get a dual SIM model, you will have to share this dual SIM slot with the microSD card slot, and single SIM, you can have your SIM and the microSD card expansion up to 256 gigabytes. And that's the rear. And you see that the antenna lines cover the whole phone. This rather weird design is presumably there for a Samsung Pay enablement. I'm not really sure, but I'm not really exactly a fan of this design. This looks rather complicated to me, but again, everybody's taste differs, so that's just my opinion. Alright, so let's go ahead and set this guy up. And here we are at the home screen, and this is the second Samsung device to have a great user interface. This is firstly introduced in the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Unfortunately, that's now out of production due to several explosions. And here is a great UX based on the Android Marshmallow 6.0.1 with the security patch level of September 1st, although we assume that this is going to be updated once we get connected to the internet. Most of the app design are now switched to the white theme color. I'm not really sure if this is a good choice for the AMOLED panel, but I guess they have had a thorough thought on this. But anyway, so that's the great UX, and if you want to compare this with some of the similar size phones, here is the iPhone 7 Plus at 5.5 inches, and you can see that this is almost identical in the physical dimensions, although the iPhone 7 Plus has a smaller display, while this guy has 0.2 inches of a larger one. And here, if you want to compare it with the Galaxy S7 Edge, here is a Galaxy S7 Edge with the 5.5 inches of a curved AMOLED display, 5.7 inches, and 5.5 inches of an iPhone 7 Plus. This is the basic looks of the phone, and the rest of the specs are rather generic. It's retailing about $570, and it's got an Exynos 7420 processor that is found on the Galaxy S6 series as well, and 3 gigs of RAM, 3300 mAh battery, as I said earlier. And it does have all the nifty features. The quick charge, Samsung Pay, and the always-on display is also in the panel as well. We expect this to have a spectacular battery life since it's only got a full HD resolution while having a 3300 mAh, so rather large battery cell. We'll have to go take a look how this performs in real life, and by the time that I'm done with my evaluation, we'll get back with the review, and we don't reckon that should take very long. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys later. In the meanwhile, you can meet us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, of course. We'll see you guys later. Ciao.